All right, here's George. I'm very glad you won that fight, Matt, but I'm not impressed by your performance, and I look forward to fight you in the near future.
He might be the most polite trash talker in all of sports, but there's no doubt that Georges St Pierre is the greatest fighter to ever grace the octagon. GSP is an icon in combat sports and holds a special place in the hearts of Canadians. He was born and raised in Saint Isidore, Quebec, not far from Montreal. Growing up, GSP was picked on and bullied because of his smaller size, which was what led to him beginning training in karate. 30 years later, St. Pierre is now one of the sport's undisputed legends. During his time with the UFC, GSP was well known for his accurate kickboxing and his dominant wrestling. His greatest victories were earlier in his UFC career, against legends such as Matt Hughes, which earned him the welterweight title, but it's the later fights in his title reign that hold up as the most dominant. John Fitch and Josh Koscheck know that all too well. GSP set many records in his time with the UFC, including most strikes ever landed with 2,591, as well as most takedowns landed in UFC history with 90. Records like that show you how complete of a fighter GSP was. You couldn't stand and strike with him, and you had even less chance on the ground. George's 9 consecutive title defenses sit at second most of all time, only behind Anderson Silva. And George is just one of 4 fighters to ever hold belts in 2 different weight classes. George always had a respectful attitude towards his opponents and a very likable personality. He never engaged in trash talk much because of his language barrier, but his fighting did most of the talking anyways. He was everything you look for in an athlete, the complete package. An athletic freak, a master of technique, a man of mental fortitude, the greatest of all time, and my favorite of all time, Georges St Pierre.